clock. Like what? Come on, get out. There. It's locked. Oh, this isn't locked. This is where those statues really start to fuck with you. You couldn't tell there was a weeping angel in the distance. Alright. At its nexus was association of personal friends. Harlip and Dury were two key figures. Comenius, despite their best efforts, always remained a cause they were supporting rather than a fellow coordinator. Around them were Hubner, Hawk, Pell, Moriane, Release, Houghton, and Apelius, later to be joined by Sadler, Culpeper, Worsley, Boyle, and Clodius. I hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly. As soon as one looks any further than this from the center, the lines of communication begin to branch across, threading their way into the entire intellectual community of Europe and America. It was a circle with a definable center, but an almost infinitely extendable periphery. So yeah, this whole circle has basically become the entire globe. Ooh. Falling books. Nice. Okay. Oh, there's light in here. Nice. And another book. Hartlib died in 1662 in poverty. Close friends reported that he had lost his pension and served contact with many of his correspondents, and restoration began. By the end of his life, the Hartlib circle had dissolved, and he was living in seclusion. Though his official date of death on the 10th of March, others have suggested a later date. No official funeral was held, nor was a body buried. As Hartlib never married and had no children, his properties were put up for auction and bought by a private investor. Except, he never died. Is this? No. Not this one. Another room. What? Oh, there we go. Ooh. Oil. That's right. I've refilled it in the last chapter. Okay. Okay, there's the hallway where I have to. I saw those books preparing themselves to fall over. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a trick used to that by deactivating some of the entities and replacing them. I would know because I have done those kind of things before. Alright. Geber is noted as one of the first alchemists to theorize the possibility of mental transmutation. His complete work, the 112 books, has served as a guide of many notable alchemists, past and present. Among them is outlined the description of the Philosopher's Stone, believed to be the catalyst for completing the great work. The work itself composes three main goals of modern alchemy, that is, transmutation of lead into gold, the creation of a living homunculus, and the attainment of immortality. And this is the, and somehow that made me faster. So, this is the, place. And then the key. Alright. It pains me to see the lock so soon after completion, but I had no choice. I thought I had escaped from the college, but I should have known it was only a matter of time until they found me. I was forced to use all of my alkahest to find the monsters off, searing their flesh, leaving no one to carry out my plan. I knew the monsters would return to break into the vault below, so I had no choice but to seal it. I also dressed one of the dead monsters in my clothes and hacked it into pieces. It may not be enough to fool them, but there is little else I can do. Even if by chance they break into my barriers, I thankfully have other means of defense. My guardians are not all powerful, but they should slow the monster's progress. Alright, so we got the key here. Key. Rare book section, yeah. Which is over here. This is where things get really interesting. So here we gotta knock this over. Take a giant ass book. I think this is big enough. No, it's not. Find a oh wait, hang on. Scholars are divided into the origin of these practitioners, as their temples are spread across Europe. Most prominent among the theories that the religion sprung from early Persian and Zoroastrian religions. Few materials survived from the early centuries, and they held no public ceremonies, instead offering worship to their Mithraeum. Many of these temples sunken below the ground and windowless remain hidden to this day. The rituals concentrated on sacred religious icons, though the materials are unclear about their exact shape. And that is the last book here. Let's see. Here's a giant book. This will work. There we go. And now, this. This deserves some light. Look at that. I'm gonna need a... Whoa. This huge chunk of glaze just fell off. Alright. Hey. Go back in the charter. There. Okay. Oh, I lied. One more book. With the help of great engineers of the Circle, my greatest creation has been realized. I've built a clock that ticks but once a year. The first dial advances at midnight on December 31st. The second dial advances on the beginning of a new century. This clock will keep time accurately for the next 10,000 years. I've built it not to record what regular people perceive as time, but what the universe perceives. Deep time. This clock will continue to tick after I have died, after my family has disappeared from existence, and civilizations have risen and fallen. Buried beneath the library, the gears have been crafted from the finest materials, or metals, to resist corrosion over the centuries. The steam system is pressurized by the weights of the drivers, which must be wound for the clock to display the proper time. When the drivers are raised, the clock is wound, and the gears will adjust the clock to display the current year, regardless of how long it has been unwound. Very cool. I want to see a clock like that. I love this music, by the way. Like I said, this soundtrack, best Amnesia Dark Descent soundtrack. By far. And I say that, I mean that by, of course, every mod that I've ever played, including the main game. The vacant mansion in Dartmouth was perfect for their purposes. It sat on a plot of land just outside the ship. Outside the main city, peaceful and secluded. The empty shelves would be more than enough to relocate Moran's personal library, and the large cellar could be easily recreated into a library, or recrafted, or something like that. Alright. Here it comes. Ow. Hey, the music's different. It's playing the regular while I'm watching music. I made it so it was playing Python Blues version, but that's not playing for some reason. That's kind of disappointing. If I'm not gonna lie. Take it away from me. Hey! This is a doorway. God damn. What? Aw, oh, fuck you. Ah, shut up. Ah. There. There we go. And then... There we go. I wish I played Python Blue Song. I like that. I like his version better. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the original, it's just that I've heard it so many times. Alright. Save. Save here. There. Now we've seriously injured ourselves. The fall badly injured me. Have to heal. Well, that's no problem. There. Whoa. Slight lag spike. Oh, Weeping Angel. These things are...
Someone's coming.
Wanna know why I find these things so creepy? There. Just look at their faces. There you go. I mean, they're practically weeping angels because they're hiding their faces with their hair. So. Refilled lantern with a few drops of oil. Sweet. Ah, nailed it on the first try. First try? First try. Clockwork. What is happening was not an accident. There was a will governing the stone. And that was why it reacted so violently to Morine's touch, but not his. Harlib wondered if they had, for however short moment, caught God's attention. Nope! Alright, so you got this beautiful looking clockwork here. Just look at all that. All that has gotta be custom. Because it looks fucking cool. He could sense that he was getting closer to the truth day by day. He kept his colleagues at arm's length, knowing he could never tell them the truth, knowing that one day he may have to leave the circle to protect his discovery, or perhaps to protect them from it. Alright, I'm gonna need a lot of light here. So. Aha! So there's no oil. Yep. Alright. Alright, so I got the rose. Book. Clocks that I can't pick up anymore. Okay. Alright. Okay, come on. Alright. Though the shard is merely a broken object now, with intense concentration and repeated practice, I have been able to draw out a great deal of its power. I have finally been able to create what I believe is the fifth element, Karmat. Its uses are widely varied and incredible. When mixed with heated acids, the corrosiveness increases many times fold. I am very close to creating the legendary solvent, a true alkahest. I have also been experimenting with another compound of Karmat that gives incredible life-extending properties. My roses that have been grown with it have not wilted for many, many years. I wonder what effect it would have on humans. My biggest regret is that Johann is not here to see this day. I'm finally succeeding where the two of us have failed so long ago. Alright. And now she's gonna be a fucking creep and watch us experiment. There's no Karmat left to use. Well, that is no biggie because I have all the ingredients that I need to create more. So, see, we put the chemistry pot there, rose in here, and turn the crank, let the machine do its thing. There you go, got some Karmat. So now, we gotta use this Karmat to create alkahest. So, take my Alka-Regia here, turn on the heater. My nose is really itchy, sorry. And then, put the Karmat in. Alkahest. Here we go. Nope, not gonna get me. Alright. Oh yeah, that's right. So we've got some machinery in here that we don't need to work with because it's already working. So now we're at a lower level of the clockwork area. A portion of the east wing had collapsed and the burns on Morian's hands would take some time to heal. When Morian asked him what happened, Hardlip hesitated to tell him about the distant roar he had heard just after he touched the stone. Okay, so, there we go. Let's see if I can, there we go. E-driver. Hardlip's hands froze in mid-stroke, gripping the quill tightly. He crumpled up the unfinished letter and threw it aside. The Hardlip Circle had been created to gather all the world's knowledge and make it available for all mankind, but they weren't ready to learn about the stone. Yet. Missed that word. Alright. go. Crank this. There we go. You see that weight going up? It's doing its job. And now the lights are on. In the prequel, there's electricity, but later on, they don't. So Minberg gets all this electricity, but Brennenberg doesn't. Is what I was trying to say. I guess Brennenberg is just older. So we're gonna ignore her. Wait, no, this one, and then this one. Bam. Alright, disappear. You're gonna... I guess not. Oh, now vanish. There we go. Oh wow, my vision's getting really fucked up the more I look at her. Clockwork. As Harlib concentrated on the stone, he suddenly became aware of the universe. Information poured into his mind and back out again. Morion caught him as he stumbled under the weight of everything. Harlib hesitated momentarily before allowing himself to become the locus of all knowledge. And now the machinery is going to move. Look at that. And I have multiple thumbnail choices for this. Oh, I hate these kind of situations. They drive me crazy. Alright. He could sense he was getting... I already read that. Alright, here we go. This is where... Whoa. There's a lot of bright light on my face now. Oh, here we go. They claim to have made the perfect homunculus, but it's nothing but an abomination. They realized how powerful the shards are, and they took a shortcut. They ripped the heart out of a living human being and forced it to do their bidding. Their minds are no longer their own, but have instead been replaced by something more sinister. They single-mindedly hunt down the other shards, and by extension myself. I was able to enter their temples undetected, and there, I found them. The hearts of the monsters that used to be men, now replaced by the glowing shards. I managed to take one before being detected and barely escaped with my life. This heart is still a part of that monster. It beats in my hands, a reservoir of life for that abomination. Like the monsters themselves, the flesh cannot be pierced with a knife. I must complete the alchemist. If I can destroy the heart, the beast will die. This is what he wanted me to find. I have to destroy the heart. Yes, you do. Oh, look at that. It's dead. Ooh. Creepy vocals. Alright. I have to get away. Here we go. There we go. Alright. Back into clockwork. Fortunately, East Wind collapsed. Yep. Oh. Sorry about that. Alright, here we go. Alright. Oh, really? Here we go. Alcahest, bitch. In case you didn't hear that, his last words were, "No, it can't end like this." I know that because I listened to the audio file for it. Alright. I don't remember much of what happened after I left the library. My body was in so much pain and I felt like I was losing my grip on reality. My only consolation was that when daylight broke, I was in a familiar place. And that was chapter 3. Alright. Oh, chapter 4. This is my favorite chapter. Actually, no. My second favorite. Yeah.